Welcome everyone to the Lofi Poli Sci podcast. I'm your host Michael Pickering. That's right, Lo-Fi as in low fidelity, low quality, in your face, messy as can be global news show. Here we're going to talk about that famous question, what's going on in the world today? We'll be covering 5 headlines from across the globe and then choose one to go into a more detailed analysis. It's everyone's favorite day of the week, and today we're making it another Good News Friday. However, we have to start with a quick update from a story from yesterday. But then, to the goodness. The news, fresh off the press. Source, Reuters World News. China's plans for security agency in Hong Kong will silence city, activists say. That's right, yesterday we brought you a snippet, and here's only another snippet, because the law is still being drawn up at the moment. The portion that looks to be for sure, though, is that Beijing would move some security agency / intelligence agencies into Hong Kong. The implications. The implications are for sure that we're probably going to see some massive People's Power protests this weekend in Hong Kong. Everyone keep your TVs tuned. We're likely to see a lot going on when we come back for Messy Mondays. Next up, some good news from the AP Oddity section. Moose family reunion. Troopers brings calves and mom together. It's just as cute and adorable as it sounds. A family of moose. Mooses? Mises. Several moose, all in one unit. Side note, this simply demonstrates how mooses are not talked about enough. Have I ever told you how much I love the moose? Such a great and majestic animal. They never bother anyone. They just go on about their business being gigantic and glorious. This Friday's to you, moose family, being brought back together again. And moving on to another AP oddity. Mississippi Gov is pranked in shout-out to high school grads. That's right, the governor of the worst states for education as compared to the entire country was pranked by a high school graduate. How, you may ask? Great question. The governor was shouting out, oh, come on now, you're old enough to say it, you were just reading names of graduates off a list online. Well, he got to a name spelled, first name, Harry. Harry. Last name spelled Azcrak. Asscrack. That's right, Harry Asscrack. The implications. It's too easy. Stop cutting education and the next generation of governors may actually have some hope. Moving on to the BBC Latin America section. Tiger seized in Mexico after man tried to lasso it. Now really? Really, lasso a tiger? For those who aren't familiar with this ranch handling term of lasso, that would mean, in this context, to throw a rope with a circle at the end of it around the neck of a tiger and tighten it to then be able to lead the tiger where you wanted to go. Sounds like a great idea to me. The background and implications of this story. So apparently 2 young tigers got out, both right under the age of 1 year old, and the Mexican authorities were first alerted via social media, of course, because what's the first thing you do when you see 2 tigers roaming the streets? You call the cops, right? Of course not. You film that shit and be the first one to put it up so you get all the attention. The kicker to this story, after the authorities captured the animals, the man proved he owned the 2 tigers legally, and the authorities said they'll give them back after he can shore up his security to keep them safe again. What? Going to give the tigers back? After a guy running down the street with a lasso after 2 tigers, and you think it's a good idea to return them? Do I smell some funny money? Who's the owner of these tigers, I wonder, over there in Mexico? Or rather, maybe better not to know. You know what I'm talking about, Lo-Fi Nation? People and their extravagant animals. And a last piece of news from Reuters Science section. For the first time, scientists spot an alien planet as it is being formed. Think about that for a minute. For the first time, we've witnessed a planet being born. That's life. That's amazing. It was here in our own Milky Way galaxy, just a mere 3 quadrillion miles away. Side note, quadrillion is that number after a trillion. 1,000 trillion make a quadrillion. So the birth took place 3,000 trillion miles away. The implications. It's amazing how the cosmos works. Gravity's pulling gases and space dust together to form a small orb, which gets bigger and bigger to make planets and moons, all circulating around another mass of gravity, which is circulating around another. I look forward to seeing more pictures of this birth of this planet. Truly spectacular. And on your weekend journey, Lo-Fi Nation, this weekend, look not only to the cosmos to see how we were created, look to those around you, for we are a reflection of the world we live in. And let's make it a good one this Friday. And that's a brief snapshot of what's going on in the world today. Please write in with your questions, comments, or requests for our new segments or top 10 global list you want to see to lofipolisci at planetmail.com. That's lofi, L-O-F-I, poly, P-O-L-I, sci, S-C-I, at planetmail.com. Always remember that Lofi Poli Sci is more than just me. It's the we that we be. Let me say thank you so much for listening. Stay safe, wash those hands, and I'll see you on the next episode of the Lofi Poli Sci podcast. Pickering, signing off.